Ladies and gentlemen, I will have a live stream this evening at 9 p.m. Pacific, so be here at 9 p.m. Pacific. This is Politico. The anti-McCarthy faction teases a shadow speaker. Representative Bob Good details his strategy for the next potential House Speaker. It's not Kevin McCarthy. What might happen, ladies and gentlemen, there are a number of scenarios. Right now, he needs about 5 to 20 Republicans to back him, and he's missing that support. So Kevin McCarthy right now is missing that support. At this very moment, he wouldn't be chosen as Speaker of the House for Republicans. This is actually a very, very good thing. Democrats and media and Never Trump Republicans, they might look at this and say, oh, you see, you don't have your house in order, and you can't even pick a Speaker of the House. Well, that's because Trump has transformed the Republican Party from a interventionist, corporate, establishment, uniparty type of situation where there's really George W. Bush has has positive favorability ratings within the Democratic Party. These are the people who opposed his foreign policy 20 years ago. Remember those wonderful, good, morally superior liberal Democrats? Well, we're finding out that they opposed his foreign policy. Well, we always knew this, simply because he had an R next to his name. Democrats and Republicans have essentially merged into one political party. Trump made it a more populist political party. If you are a socialist or communist or on the far left and you despise Trump, we had a record low poverty in 2019. His last year in office wasn't his fault. More people lost their lives under the first year of Biden's administration. So spare me the, oh my God, he downplayed. He didn't. Look at what Andrew Cuomo and others were saying. Even before, right after Trump took action pertaining to that issue. But anyway, those tweets are still there from Andrew Cuomo and other officials, the tapes, video, all that stuff. But anyway, Trump has transformed the Republican Party. You still have a number of Republicans, Mitch McConnell not on board. Kevin McCarthy is a lot better than people would think. A lot better than you might think if you're watching this channel. He's a lot better. He will impeach. He'll very likely find a way to appease the Republicans who do not want him and find some kind of accord or agreement, peace deal, something like that. So that'll probably happen. Right now, he's not winning. The interesting thing is, we had record low poverty under Trump. The entire marketing campaign, the reason somebody is a left-leaning, communist, socialist, morally superior liberal Democrat is they love to care about poor people. Well, Democratic policies have caused poverty. This is a fact. Poverty has increased. Poverty has increased from where it was in 2019. We had record low poverty now. By one estimate, poverty is close to 15% nationally, according to Columbia University. It reached 14.9% this year. And you have inflation still at 7 to 8%. Interest rates are going up. People are paying more for their credit cards. Life is more expensive. And there are shortages of a whole number of products. And we're going into a recession with a 2 quarters of contracting economy yet again in 23. And we have that. They redefine the word recession. So Democrats, when they don't like something or they can't actually defeat an argument utilizing the English language, they redefine words. That's how they do things. Hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen. Be here for the live stream at 9 p.m. Pacific. I have every morning. I had today at 8 a.m. and I was going to do an 11 a.m., but I wanted to wait and do some more research on the Kevin McCarthy situation. I will have an 8 a.m. every single morning, so set your dial to 8 a.m. Pacific time. Be ready tomorrow and every morning from here for the next couple of years. 8 a.m. Pacific, you will always get a segment on H.A. Goodman. And I'm going to try to then also pick a time after 8 a.m. that you can expect as well. 11 a.m. was just, it wasn't working out. So 8 a.m. for sure. Pacific. Become a member of this channel right now, ladies and gentlemen. Also, if you want to support my work long term, to my new Patreons, I can't thank you enough, and I can't tell you how much your support helps. $1, $5, $10, whatever. As long as, Patreon is just thank you. And go to H.A. Goodman if you want. Read my writing in The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, The Federalist, other publications, and you can sign up for a newsletter there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is very interesting. A shadow speaker could be a Speaker of the House that is not the official Speaker of the House, that McCarthy has to go to get anything done. So you might have McCarthy, and then you might have a shadow speaker that actually has a great deal of support that McCarthy has to deal with, has to talk to, that has the viewpoints or the support of 10, 20, 25 Republicans. And so that could be what the shadow speaker in this case is, so or becomes. McCarthy has to, what I was trying to make the point is, when you look at Trump, we had record low poverty. Okay, here's my point. We had record low poverty, and he was an anti-interventionist president. We didn't have an invasion under his watch. We weren't talking about nuclear confrontation under his watch. When he tried to, and he was successful in being the first president to step foot in North Korea, they were saying, oh my God, his words are going to lead us to annihilation and nuclear, conflict. Well, he diffused all of that, Trump. The sensationalism around Trump led to greater hysteria than an actual issue in Europe right now, where there is an invasion and there's an endless quagmire and a proxy battle, where all the people on Twitter, all the wonderful, morally superior liberal Democrats on Twitter have the little icon or the symbol that shows their support for the country invaded, but they don't care about that country being invaded. They only care that it helps their political party, or they believe it helps our country by having another country face our biggest rival. So they've recreated the Cold War. They started that in 2016 when Trump defeated Clinton, and they created and fabricated the most absurd fantasy that another country wanted. The Kremlin wanted Trump. How do we know? Because the DNC emails showed that Bernie Sanders was cheated, and therefore James Clapper, Brennan, and all the smartest people in the room confirmed an assessment, which was a viewpoint that was based on high to moderate confidence assessment if you read the ODNI and DHS reports. The problem is you have millions plus liberal YouTubers and you have CNN, MSNBC, Washington Post, New York Times, all these reporters and journalists. They don't read the actual reports. They don't read the actual intel reports that are available. The ODNI and DHS reports are available online. They're government documents. You can read them, and it says no guarantees. These are assessments, high to moderate confidence assessments. So this has nothing to do with, we are certain that this took place. If another country hacked the DNC, they would have also infiltrated Clinton's servers with top secret intel. But notice how the propaganda machine doesn't actually ask very simple questions or use basic logic. Why would a country infiltrate a political party to show that a democratic socialist was being cheated, but not private servers with top secret intel being siphoned outside of the U.S. government and SAP intel? That makes no sense. But again, this is like McCarthy era Red Scare hysteria madness. They've recreated that because they couldn't accept losing to Trump. And Trump is the anti-interventionist. He's the opposite of the Lincoln Project, he's the antithesis of Liz Cheney and Kinzinger and Lincoln Project foreign policy. That's the biggest issue. And that's what I think people are afraid of with McCarthy. Although Kevin McCarthy he'll be better than people think. He'll be a lot better than people think. Hunter will either get a plea deal or get indicted. Joe will be impeached for actual crimes. So Biden actually committed crimes almost certainly with those emails and the 150 financial transactions and hundreds of millions of dollars flowing into companies with the promise of altering U.S. foreign policy. They can't even prove, they want to bar Trump and they got the final report, they can't even prove a crime in a court of law. You could definitely prove a crime in a court of law. Go ahead and put Biden on the witness stand because you have a criminal trial. You have a criminal investigation. You can't put Trump on the witness stand because he hasn't actually been accused in a court of law. You can accuse Biden in a court of law. You could indict Joe and Hunter for those graft and bribery schemes because the emails actually show nefarious or very corrupt and shady transactions. Trump doesn't have emails like that. That's the problem. That's why the entire system went and tried to silence the New York Post through Twitter. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. Be here at 9 p.m. for the live stream. I'll have an upload in a couple of hours also. Thank you.